Governor Evers, thank you for making time for us. Good to see you again.
Good to see you, Charles.
You remained neutral during the primary season, but now you're endorsing Joe Biden. Was he your first choice anyway?
Oh, I can't say that, but it is. I am so pleased to endorse Joe Biden. He will bring respect and empathy and kindness and the Wisconsin values back to the White House. So I'm looking forward to him campaigning. I'll do whatever I can to make sure that he wins, and looking forward to, in some fashion, getting him to Wisconsin, either virtually or physically.
This election year is so unlike any election year because of the pandemic. But when you look at issues, when you look at 2018 and how you won the state versus where we are in 2020, do you see any similarities?
Oh, absolutely. And first of all, I believe that people will understand clearly that Joe Biden is somebody that unites us rather than divides us on a daily basis. And he cares about things that Wisconsinites care about and talked to me about when I was elected. Issues around healthcare, issues about education, making sure that we have a strong infrastructure, just the basics that people in Wisconsin care about, whether you're a Republican or Democrat. He's pretty low key guy, but he's also has high standards for himself, and I think we'll see that he will be a great president. It's going to be, Wisconsin is going to be the critical state. I still believe that, and so I'm looking forward to having Wisconsin participate in this election.
You mentioned healthcare. That was a big topic in 2018. You are a fan of expanding Medicaid. But right now, there's a battle on the platform over Medicare for all. Does it concern you that would not be part of the narrative for the 2020?
Well, first of all, I believe that all Democrats have a big tent, obviously, and whether it's Medicare for all or anything else, we want to make sure that everybody has a good healthcare experience in this country, and I will continue to fight for Medicaid expansion. I'll continue to fight for making sure that the Affordable Care Act is still in place and that we cover people that have pre-existing conditions like yours truly, and I think Biden is the same place. From what I understand, his position is that let's have a public option in this world, but at the end of the day, there are some real basic things, and the most basic is Medicaid expansion for us.
We live in a divided state right now, and the country seems to be in that lane as well. What would you say to him if he wins the election? How could he address the divide that could potentially bring a country together after what will likely be a bitter campaign?
Yeah, we are a divided country, and I attribute a fair amount of that to the present president. But that aside, he brings those values to the table. But I would encourage him to think about issues that are near and dear to everybody's heart, and whether it's making sure that we have good wages and that we have infrastructure jobs that we need in this country. Really focus on the basics around education and infrastructure, transportation, making sure our ports and our airports are in good position, mass transit, things that create jobs, but also create wealth for a state and for a nation, in that we're able to compete with other countries. So I think he'll focus on those basic things. Obviously, he's going to have to take on the pandemic because the present administration has waxed and waned daily on that issue. I believe he'll be forthright with the country and what we actually have to do to solve this problem, and so I'm looking forward to some basic things around that. Consistency is important in this world.
What one thing do you think he needs to do on the pandemic if he gets elected that's not being done now?
Oh, there's no question that the issues around testing. If the federal government could have done two things right off the bat, we would be in a much better place. First of all, understanding that it's a thing, that's a problem. And I don't think he'll have that problem communicating that. But either if the federal government had taken on the issue of the protective equipment and or testing, both of those are really straightforward things. Everybody knows what has to be done, but having 50 states compete with each other on that is absolutely ridiculous. And so I would say testing or equipment, either one of those would be a huge step in the right direction, in addition to understanding the importance of doing this right.
He's expected to make an announcement here pretty soon on who his running mate will be. Do you have any thoughts on who, not so much who that should be, but what are you looking for in the vice president? How critical of a decision is this for him to pick the right person?
Well, I think he's going to pick the right person because there's, the numbers are large that he has considered, and I know some of them, and they're all good people. So I don't think he can make a bad decision. But it is somebody that has to be his partner for the next 4 or 8 years, and it has to be somebody that is going to be working with him in a collaborative way. And so to me, it doesn't make any difference who gets it. It just has to be somebody that'll be a good partner with him.